I have around 10 cups of coffee around me, and I have already drank about 4. I don't know if I believe you, but if you really do, why? Oh, press F to pay respects for Snowblind. Middle Earth Enterprise. It's the way it's meant to be played. I'm saying. I'm just saying. Know what I'm saying? I'm saying. Damn, look at them old icons. Okay, we are going with Farron because we are going to do a tank type of build. Cause insomnia plus lack of sleep lately, but I'm gonna have a busy day today. Oh, I see. That's fair. Alright, here we go, guys. BRB. You guys can't even hear. Hold up, wait a minute.
Middle Earth.
Hold on. Hold on. Why does it do that on... Fuck it, we'll enable streamer mode then if that's what we have to do. Oh, it didn't say? Just in case it skips all that for YouTube and stuff, I want this starting to, you know, actually be there. Okay, here we go.
Of the Great War of the Ring, many songs have been sung and many tales told. The names of heroes like Gandalf the Grey, Aragorn the King, and Frodo the Ring-Bearer are greatly revered, and rightly so. Yet Sauron's grasp stretched much further than the lands of Gondor and Rohan alone, and his forces might have done great evil in the north of Middle-earth, had a handful of heroes not stood in his path. Their stories, too, deserve to be told. Pay heed now to one such tale, which begins here in the town of Brie, just a few short days before Frodo arrived on his quest.
Aragorn.
Eredon, well met. And in company with Andriel of Rivendell and Farin of Erebor. An unlikely trio to find walking through the doors of the Prancing Pony. You were at Sarn Ford last I knew. Do you bear news from Halbarad?
Yes. Grim news.
I feared it would be so. Quickly, tell me what has happened, but keep your voices low. There are unfriendly ears. even here in Brie.
3 days passed. The guard at Son Ford was attacked by 9 Black Riders.
Stand fast, Rangers!
We were overwhelmed, and the enemy passed into the Shire.
This is worse than I imagined. I know these riders. It is from Mordor they come. Our folk could not hope to stand against the Nine together.
He's a Dunedain.
How bad were our losses?
Very bad. We tried to resist them, but they were surrounded by an aura of unnatural dread.
There is more you should know. After the rout, one of the Black Riders met with an ally, a man of great malice and power.
As our master commanded, I have stirred up the orcs of the mountains. Even now, I have a force gathering amid the ruins of Old Fornost.
Return at once and prepare your forces. We will have need of them soon.
My orcs will be ready. These lands have known peace for too long. They will soon feel the Dark Lord's wrath.
If this Agendaur has a force at Fornost, then our position grows all the more desperate.
But why all this force against the peaceful halflings? It can't be the enemy sees them as a threat.
I will say this much. There is a hobbit of the Shire who should be coming this way with a great burden. If it falls into the hands of the enemy, it will mean doom for us all. Now this hobbit is adrift on the road with enemies all around. I must find him before they do. And I need you to help me keep him safe.
You are my chieftain. I will gladly do whatever you command.
I'm a part of this now as well.
Then we 3 are of one mind. How can we aid you?
We must reduce the threat from the enemies gathered at Fornost. Travel there and do whatever you can to keep the enemy's eye turned towards you and away from the Shire.
Perhaps we will have help in this task. Eladan and Elrohir were in the north when last I heard. Any gathering of the enemy is certain to attract their attention.
Good. You could find no better allies than the sons of Elrond half-elven.
I hope we meet. But with or without help, the enemy will be kept busy. We'll make sure of that.
Almost 10 years, I think. Like, at some point. Hi. At some point, it'll be this year. It'll be 10 years.
I'd like to ask you a few questions, Aragorn.
Shh. Here in Brie, there is no Aragorn. Only Strider the Ranger.
All right, Strider it is. So, what are you gonna do now?
I will continue the search for the hobbit I spoke of. I've already scoured the road between here and the Shire, but found no trace of him. I fear he may have left the road, perhaps to escape pursuit. My hope now is that he will make his way here to Brie, the only safe haven for many miles.
One of my favorite Lord of the Rings games.
Soon, I will take to the road again in search of him. Should the enemy at Fornost join in the hunt, well, you understand just how grim our chances will become. I need you to prevent that. Go to Fornost. Take the fight to them.
Why hide your true name? Surely it's a name to be proud of.
The Dark Lord in Mordor would not be pleased to know that Isildur's heir still lives. The time is not right for Aragorn, son of Arathorn, to stand revealed to the world. For now, I am simply Strider.
What about this man who met with the Black Riders? This Agendaur? What do you make of him?
some servant of the Dark Lord, and by his name one to be feared. His presence in the north bodes ill for us all, but I'm glad you discovered it. At least now we are forewarned.
What is it about his name that tells you he is someone to fear?
That name is from a language few now speak, but it was once the native tongue of my ancestors, the men of Numenor.
Are you telling me that Agandaur is one of your kin?
Yes, but only distantly related. While the forebearers of the Dunedain rejected the lies of the Dark Lord, not all of the men of Numenor did so. Many were enticed by his promises of power. Their descendants serve him still. Many are great warriors and sorcerers, but they are consumed by darkness. We know them as the Black Numenorians. I fear this Agandaur may prove a foe as deadly as the Black Riders themselves.
Those things that attacked us at Sarn Ford, those Black Riders, I've never seen anything like them before. What are they?
Do you not know them? There are whispered tales and legends enough that tell of them. They are the Nine, the Ring Wraiths. Of all the servants of the enemy, they are the most feared.
This Agandaur, he was no wraith. He seemed like a man. One filled with dark power, maybe, but a man all the same. But what kind of man would serve the Dark Lord?
Not all the Dark Lord's servants are wraiths and orcs. There have been and still are many men, warriors and kings that walk alive under the sun, and yet are under his sway, willing or unwilling.
Tell me about this place, Fornost.
Fornost was once a great city, the capital of the Dunedain kingdom of Arnor. It fell to the Witch King long ago. The men of Gondor and the elves formed an alliance that drove the Witch King out, but Fornost was never rebuilt. The ruins remain a place of dread for many. The men of Brie call it Dead Man's Dyke and fear to go near. It is a perfect place for our enemies to gather in secret.
Well, it's a secret no more. We'll go to Fornost and take the fight to them.
That's right, hurrah! 1 second though, before we do that. I'm unsure how quiet it is for you guys, so I turned it up a bit. Out of me, we. Get out of me. I Otto.
Welcome to Brie. You're a stranger around here. May I ask you a few questions?
What sort of questions?
We hear a lot of talk from travelers these days. Most of them speak of war and of a growing shadow in the east. The townsfolk just dismiss this, say it's far away and doesn't concern us, but I'm not so sure. You've traveled, maybe seen a few things. What's your opinion? Should we be worried?
I'd say there is good cause to worry.
I was afraid of that. If only I could convince others. But until then, I will have to take action on my own.
What do you intend to do?
I'd like to arrange for arming the town. We'll need more than pitchforks if we're forced to defend ourselves. I tried to convince a dwarven merchant to bring us weapons, but he refused.
Maybe I should talk to him. Dwarf to dwarf.
It's worth a try. His name is Groff. He's selling his wares from a market stall down the street. You might still find him there.
I'll let you know what he has to say.
We gotta change my look real quick before we continue. Yeah, epic. You got pretty blue eyes, slicked back hair, nice tucked beard, and he's gonna be brunette. Hello, sir. Oh, wait a minute. He's got a bald spot. No hero of mine has a bald spot. Okay, that'll do.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. Got my head in the clouds, I guess.
Something wrong?
What you've got is this look of someone with a lot on their mind. Troubles?
Oh, no, it's no trouble. Not really. It's more like, well, I'm in love.
True love.
Oh, that sounds like trouble to me. Who is the lucky woman?
It's Idona Bellflower, my childhood sweetheart. I always thought we were meant for each other, but her father doesn't like my prospects. He's arranging a match with the blacksmith, Elman Brushwood.
A man with a trade, that's a good match. But how about the lass? Does she love you?
That's just it. I'm not sure. I always told her how much I loved her when we were children. It was all a game back then. Then we got older and it got so much harder to say.
Well, that won't do. You'd best tell her now, or you'll wish you had later.
I want to tell her. I do. Look, this locket belongs to my mother. I want to give it to Idona as a token of my love. But the chain is broken, and Elman the blacksmith is the only one in town who can fix it. If I take it to him, he's sure to suspect something and turn me away.
Well then, give it to me. I'll take it to him.
Yes, that might work. Elman would never suspect a stranger like you. There's one more thing. Idona's father keeps a careful eye on his daughter and won't give me a moment alone with her.
I got you, bruh.
Leave it to me then. I'll make sure she knows how you feel.
Wonderful! Just perfect. Take the locket to Elman at the smithy across the street. Once it's repaired, bring it to Idona and tell her I love her and that I'll do everything in my power to make her happy every day we are together.
All right. I'll tell her. Don't you fear.
And just one more thing. After you talk to her, could you come back and tell me what she said? One way or another, I have to know.
Don't fret. I'll bring you word once I've spoken with the lass.
Okay.
Hello, Master Dwarf. Just come in from the Blue Mountains or the Iron Hills, have you? I'm sure you've had a long trip, and you'll be wanting a good meal and a nice bed. We get many a travelling dwarf here in the Prancing Pony, but I don't think I've seen you before. But don't mind me. I'm forgetting that dwarves like to keep their business to themselves. What can I do for you then?
What news do travelers bring lately?
Lately, the talk's mostly about trouble away to the south. Seems like there may be war or some other calamity brewing down there. Folks have been coming up the Greenway, or the whole road from the south, looking for a place to find some peace.
Are they settling here in the Brie lands?
Well, no. It's not that we aren't sympathetic to their troubles. It's just that Brie belongs to Brie folk. We can't take in a lot of outsiders. And the truth is, I don't like the look of a lot of these newcomers. Some of them have mischief on their minds.
I may have need of a few things before I leave town. Where should I look?
Well, we have stores and shops here in town, but I suspect most of them wouldn't suit your needs. You might try Adelgar Oldbank's shop. He's got a collection of unusual items which might interest you. It's right across the street from here, on the corner. If it's repairs you need, try Elman Brushwood, our blacksmith. His smithy is just across the street, but there on the corner.
Tell me about Brie.
Oh, Brie is an old place. Been here for ages and ages. This is the only place in the world you'll find hobbits and men living side by side. We used to see a lot of travellers coming through Brie. Not so much nowadays. But I still get customers enough to keep me busy.
What about the Prancing Pony?
Tell me about your inn.
The Prancing Pony's been in my family for generations. I can't rightly say how long, it goes that far back. I'm told there's been an inn on this spot nearly as long as there's been a town.
I'd best be on my way.
Hi.
What have we here? A stranger in town. A stranger's just what I'm looking for. Interested in a little harmless pastime? It's time to make some money from it.
Pastime? What sort of pastime?
Why, nothing more than a simple game of riddles is all. I love a good game of riddles. But everyone in town has already heard all I know. I reckon I could stump you, though.
You said something about money.
It's simple. You stake some money and I ask you a riddle. If you give the right answer quick enough, I'll double your money. If you're wrong, the coins go to me. What do you say?
Let's go for it.
All right. Ask your riddle.
First, you have to put up your money. How much do you care to wager? Remember, you stand to double it if your wits are quick enough. Done. Now remember, you'll have to answer quick. I won't give you long with real money at stake. Are you ready?
Yes, let me hear your riddle.
What is it that's so fragile, even saying its name can break it? Oh, right you are. You're a smart one. Give me a chance to win it back, eh? What do you say to double or nothing on another try?
Okay.
Double or nothing it is. Let's hear it.
The more you have of it, the less you see. What is it? Oh, correct. You've a cunning mind, no mistake. Go again, double or nothing?
Oh no, these coins are mine now, and so they'll stay. Thanks and farewell.
Don't want to push my luck. So 262. Nice. Okay. Turn that off. Interesting. There's no like VSync or anything. Hello.
Welcome to my shop, Master Dwarf. Perhaps you have need of a thing or two? I have some very interesting items available. Or maybe you have something to sell. I'm always interested in dwarf-made goods.
You get a lot of dwarves passing through, do you?
Oh yes, they come through quite often, traveling between their holdings in the Blue Mountains off west and the Lonely Mountain in the east. I'm always interested in their news and anything they might have to sell.
What news do travelers bring lately?
Lately, their talk has been pretty dark. All about wars brewing and even about Mordor and all. Frightening talk to listen to, I'll admit.
And are you frightened?
Me? Heavens no. What is there in Brie that the Dark Lord would be interested in? We mind our own business and no one bothers us. That's the way it's always been.
You should be frightened. All of Middle-earth is falling under the shadow. Brie will be no exception.
You. Now you're just trying to scare me, aren't you? Why, I doubt this Dark Lord even exists, outside of tales told to keep misbehaving children in line. So, was there something you wanted?
He's like them dudes that don't believe COVID exists. Let's see. Yeah, that's actually super expensive. $46, that's $84. Holy sh! It's got a slot too. We'll start with this guy here, I think. For now. Then into 23. To 28. Get that guy. Oop. I'll sell that guy. Need a sword and board in order to be a tank.
Welcome. What can I do for you?
Do you have a quest?
This isn't the Shire, but you're a hobbit.
Why, of course I am. Brie is the oldest settlement of hobbits in the world, you know. And this is the only place you find hobbits and big folk living together. An arrangement that suits us both just fine.
I'd best be on my way. Who could live in a town where it's always raining? It's depressing.
Well, well, a dwarf in me shop. I am surprised. I've often seen your folk looking down their noses at me work. You dwarves do know your business when it comes to shaping metal. What can I do for you? Got a pony that's thrown a shoe, perhaps?
This locket has a broken chain. Can you fix it for me?
Let's see it. Looks like something might have been made in these parts. Maybe back in me old dad's day. Wouldn't expect one of your kind to have something like this. Where'd you come by?
You're quite right, it is Brie work. I'm having it repaired as a favor to a friend.
I see. Well, it couldn't be simpler. I'll just add another link. And it won't cost you but a single silver penny. There you are. Good as new.
Thank you, thank you.
Farewell, Smith.
Alright, so where is Miss I don't know? Hi, Groff.
Hello there. Always good to deal with my own kind. The name's Groff, and I hail from the Blue Mountains. I don't think I've seen you before.
Farin, at your service. My home is in Erebor, far to the east.
Erebor? A lonely mountain? Then you're one of King Dane's folk. I hear good things about your people's stonework, and their wealth.
Some of my kin once dwelt in your homeland. What can you tell me of it?
The Blue Mountains are prosperous enough, although we find more iron than gold. We rely on iron working for our livelihood. That's why I'm here selling tools to the Breelanders.
Picks and shovels are fine. But what about weapons? You make those as well?
Of course. We make arms and armor as fine as